for sure. All right. Yeah. It's a somebody show. Is that good?
Ask RJ.
All right. This is the Somebody Show. That's right. Yeah. You didn't click on something accidentally. This is the Somebody Show. The show where anybody can be somebody.
I hope you weren't asking me. I didn't know.
Oh, no, you don't know what the thing is?
I don't remember.
I'm actually thinking about going to, because when anyone asks about this show, oh, what's your show about? What are you doing? I say,
it's a Seinfeld talk show.
I think that our guest is talking. He's rejected in the show. This is great. We've never had, no, don't apologize. We've never had a guest interject into our open, and she's not mic'd up. So if people are like, they're going to hear like a Charlie Brown voice, like, and we're now making a big deal about it. Yeah. So no, that was great. Thank you, Laura. Yeah. You're going to meet Laura soon. She's right over there. And her friend.
Couldn't wait
Susie.
to be somebody.
Susie, you can laugh out loud. She's trying to hold a laugh in right now as if we're not trying to be funny. Like, feel free to laugh. We've never had a studio audience before.
No one's ever laughed before.
No one's ever laughed before. Thank you, Matt. So I am toying with the idea of eliminating that anybody can be somebody.
Okay.
And because anyone asks about the show, I say like, well, we're trying to interview the least famous people in the world, like right? Okay. Most talk shows are about interviewing famous people. We're trying to interview the least famous people in the world. And now Laura's over there offended, and I'm famous. Are you famous? You're not allowed
Everybody
to be famous.
knows me.
Okay, everyone knows Laura. Okay, I love that she's still talking off camera. Yeah, we want you to talk. You can talk, and you're going to have a chance to talk, but I guess that's not enough. You need to talk off camera too. So, no, this is great.
I don't even need to be here.
No, go. Okay. What are we doing this first?
I think we're going to go to the old reliable Get to Know the Somebody show.
Oh, the GTK TSS.
That's what we're calling it now.
GTK
we're shortening it up.
TSS. That's what the kids do. They shorten everything as much as they possibly can because they have the mental bandwidth. They have to focus on 18 different screens.
Right.
And we hopefully will be one of their screens. Right?
Right.
All right. I don't think kids watch this show. Eventually. Maybe we'll interview kids, and then those kids will have friends, and those kids' friends' kids will have kids and watch the show.
Hopefully.
20 or 30 years from now.
20 or 30 years.
All right. Get to know the Somebody Show.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a segment where fans, people, somebodies out there that haven't been on our show yet, anybody's, are writing in questions, asking questions about who we are.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, no, you go first because I've got we got yours here. You go first.
So this comes from Dave in Lansdale. It's two-parter, but really it's not. It's which is more disappointing, that you weren't asked to be a part of How High 2 or everything else you've ever done?
I knew going into this that there was going to be it's always a bad question. Like no one ever sends in good questions for me.
I don't know why.
I'm not a bad person. I'm a good person. My wife and I have a joke about that. Like anytime someone says, like, I'm a good person. Like, I'm not a good person.
To say that, right?
Yeah.
We love inside jokes for this.
You don't need to say that. Were you inside jokes, right? Like,
were you not asked to be a part of How High 2, or do you not know?
I was not asked.
Okay. Have you seen it?
I have seen it.
Really? I have not.
Wait, but I was not asked. I did ask to be a part of it.
Really?
That's how bad it got. I was like, they're not calling me. I need to maybe just remind them that I was in the first one and that it would be awesome if I was in the second one.
Right.
Right. And I reached out to a couple of people, and those people didn't get back to me at all. Like they didn't even say like, oh yeah, no. Yeah. And what's even crazier, I think this is correct. One of the producers of How High 2 is now an executive at MTV who produced the movie. I was on an MTV show called Punk'd.
At the time?
Nope.
Okay.
Years later. This is years later. But I was on an MTV show called Punk'd.
Right.
And that producer who now works for MTV, who was formerly Ashton Kutcher's producing partner,
right.
He produced How High 2. And
not even a call back.
It really made me feel like he liked me. Like I really thought like, fuck God, because I'm the jazz apple. You know, is that a thing? A jazz apple? I guess jazz apples are things, right? I don't know if that's an expression, but there are jazz apples.
It is now.
Honeydew apples.
Honeycrisp.
Apples.
Honeycrisp.
And then he had a follow up.
Honeycrisp.
He wants to know if you still
Not
know.
my microphone, just Honeycrisp.
Honeycrisp.
Okay, for some reason, you were like doing this on your headset, and I was like, "Oh, my microphone's messed up." I'm like, "Honeycrisp, Honeycrisp, is that a thing?"
Don't mind me. I'm just being distracted.
You and Laura and Susie.
He also
All right,
asked, do you still know meth and red?
But there was a second part of that question, right? Wasn't
Yeah.
there?
What's more disappointing, not being a part of How High 2 or everything else you've ever done?
Yeah, everything else.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, that's...
Yeah. I mean, not my family. I love my family.
Okay.
That's
Professionally, I guess is what I should say.
No, I love them personally, too.
Okay, all right, nice.
That joke. No one laughed at that joke. I love my family. Professionally, no, personally, too. Right? So I can explain the joke, inside jokes, real jokes.
I wasn't listening.
Oh, okay. You have headphones on. That's to block out the sound. No, so there was another part of the How High thing, though. Like I said, I was going to, I asked to be involved.
Right, and you said they didn't even return your phone call.
Yeah, they didn't even call me back. There was another part of that I was going to say that was even worse, but I'm blanking on what it was. I blame Laura, our guest coming out soon.
Easy enough.
All right, so my question for you. Sorry.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Sean, is that your real name?
It is.
Like such easy questions for you.
It's the one
Why
that...
would they ask if Sean is his real name? It's not like it's like Prince or Madonna.
Yeah.
Maybe should we just call you Sean? You're like Meehan. Meehan is not a name anymore. It's just Sean.
Yeah.
And then someday you could be like the sidekick formerly known as Sean.
Okay. But yeah, that is
You're
my
gonna make
name.
a symbol. We'll like draw a symbol for your.
No, you get to do the Superman S. That's everybody did that. The 6 lines.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Is that what that was? Yeah.
Shaquille.
That'll be the symbol. But yeah. All right,
Shaquille, is that his real name? So Sean's your real name.
Correct.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
That's his real name.
That's my real name. Whoever asked that question, they wouldn't even get a name for that.
Oh no, that was
They
Porty. Porty from Long Island.
Wow.
Porty. Is Porty a name? Is that your real name, Porty? Thank you, Matt. You knew where I was going with that. Porty. Portly. Oh. Probably, that was mean. I'm not fat shaming. I'm not. That's not what I was doing. Portly. All right, let's move on.
Yes.
We should go to commercial. Actually, what do you think? Commercial break. All
Sounds
right.
good to me.
This is the Somebody Show with Chris and Sean, and we'll be right back.
It's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
We're back with the Somebody Show. Chris and Sean. I'm still trying to be a little more serious for RJ.
Yeah.
RJ's one of the first people we ever interviewed to test this show out,
Yep.
and he wouldn't let us put it on because he thought his knees looked weird. That's not the real reason. But he did wear shorts, which was
Did he?
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, he and Keith both wear shorts. They both regretted after the
I
fact.
can't picture RJ in shorts.
Yeah, no, he had cargo shorts on.
It was
Anyway.
500
It
degrees in
was.
there.
That's true. We were like literally all of us sweating.
Plus, they didn't take us seriously. So.
No, yeah. They're like, this isn't real, and it's still not. But I think we're just gonna keep talking about RJ. Yeah, I think that he's kind of. I think did we mention this already? He's like our Matt Damon. Like Jimmy Kimmel has a Matt Damon shtick.
I think we mentioned Matt Damon more than anybody else in the show, to be honest with you.
Sean topped my mug off here at the break with some water, and I can't pick it up now, so I'm gonna do the sip. Not pick up sip. All right, so ready? Drum roll.
That was anticlimactic.
That's good. It's a good bit. I'm gonna do that every episode now, a couple times. Maybe I'll read Kick a Guard while sipping water from my mug while not picking it up. It's gonna be like a Dude Perfect.
Comedy gold, Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
Comedy gold.
Almost got a spit take. This is my favorite kind of comedy is spit takes. Julie Louis Dreyfus had a great SNL sketch about spit takes that everyone should go watch. Stop watching the show right now. Turn it off. Don't. Matt's shaking his head. Don't do that.
It hasn't been 7 minutes yet, has it?
From our last episode, we found out that we have an average watch time of 7 minutes. Laura's patiently waiting behind our guest, somebody that's here today, is patiently waiting behind the curtain while we bullshit. But go watch the Julie Louis Dreyfus SNL sketch, The Spit Take. She's interviewing authors and spitting at them the whole time. It's hilarious. It was awesome. We have a guest today.
We do.
Her name is Laura. She is awesome.
Allegedly.
Well, she thinks so.
We'll find
anyway.
out, I guess. That's all that matters.
And we're going to bring her out.
Okay.
We're going to talk to her a little bit.
Now?
Soon. Okay. Yeah, like I like to hear myself talk, and I like to be on camera, as much as I can without other people distracting me. So we're gonna bring her out. I can't wait to meet her. I've met her before. I actually work with her. Yeah, that's why we don't really get like nobodies. I mean, like strangers. We get people that are who we know.
That's when we take the show to the next level.
Ramping it up. All right. So without further ado, the best guest we've ever had on the Somebody Show. Please welcome to the stage, Laura Wiater. Waiter.
Oh my God, hey.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Woo! High five. High five. Awesome. Thank you for coming.
Where do I sit here?
Yeah, you sit there.
Why, thank you. Oh, I see my mic got moved over.
You can sit over here if you want. Do you want to sit over here?
I feel like it is my show.
You can have the chair. I'll sit there. No, this is awesome. Thank you for coming, Laura.
Thank you for having me.
I told everyone you and I work together. Sean, we work together.
Me and Sean go way back, absolutely.
This is kind of a sham of a show, I guess. Not your episode. Like the whole thing is a sham. Like we don't actually go find. Like the goal of this thing is to find strangers that we don't know out in the wild and be like, you're a really interesting. Yeah, you brought a friend today. We have a studio audience. A studio audience. Her name is Susie. Susie. I'll keep going to that.
Oh my gosh.
No, but thank you for bringing Susie. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to get right into this and find out who you are.
Oh boy.
And why you should be a somebody. Well, you're already a somebody. You're on the show. So Laura, I've started doing this thing. Last episode, I started. We just want to get like biographical information on you in the first segment of your interview, and so we'd start that off with I'm going to guess some things like, I don't know these answers, so I'm going to guess like brothers and sisters' names.
Okay.
I'm going to guess your hair color. I'm going to guess natural hair color. I'm going to guess your height and weight.
That's it. I'm off.
How many times you use Q-tips a week? Okay. Whether or not you say tissue or Kleenex. I'm just going to guess a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
So you don't really have to do anything. You just sit here.
Perfect. I can do that.
Yeah. Okay. So height and weight first. Let's go.
Oh my
All right.
Lord.
So
remember, I am a lady guest.
6 foot. I know. We like that, all that stuff is out the window these days. All right. We're all the same.
All right.
6 foot
Fair enough.
6.
Okay.
245 pounds.
Spot on.
Okay.
Spot on.
Yeah. No, the height. I was joking on the height. 5'4", 265 pounds. Like Wolverine weight. You know who Wolverine is in the comics, right? So you have like adamantium covered bones.
Yes.
So like you're very dense and like.
I'm all muscle.
No, we don't have to talk about your weight or your height. That's not you're right. That is not a thing we should talk about. But we do want to talk about what you want to talk about. And so Matt talked to you before, and we kind of I did learn a little bit about you. Even though we work together,
we do.
Surprisingly, I know not a lot about you.
No, it's all business when
You
we're at
literally
work.
work right on top of her.
Yeah, all right.
Man, I'm just saying.
I already told Rachel, my wife, that. She's like, "Where does Laura work?" She
Right underneath
underneath me, in the office below me.
On the second floor, people. Second floor.
Yeah.
Oh
So you. This is like I'm just going to jump into like random shit about you.
All right, let's go.
You wanted to live on a beach?
Yes, that is my dream. One day it will happen.
Okay.
I love going down the shore, vacation, sea isle, any beach.
Any beach. So I was going to say, is there a specific beach like?
Well, yes, there is a very specific beach. I like 60th Street and Sea Isle.
That's very specific.
That is very specific.
My sister used to say Pacific.
Yeah,
That's our
Pacific.
common thing.
That is very
That's a beach as well.
It is. Yeah. A Pacific beach. So like really like a PA beach more than like a Caribbean beach because you want to be close to family and friends, right? You don't want to leave them behind.
Right,
what?
right. I would rather
Did
be
you say
Caribbean?
a PA? You said a PA beach?
Oh, New Jersey.
Oh yeah, there's no PA.
Yeah,
beach.
There is
they
no
have needles
PA.
on them. We
I'm
don't
not
want
from here.
Like a lake.
I'm from Georgia and moved to California. Now I'm in Pennsylvania. I still don't
You
know
don't know.
where I
Yeah.
am.
New Jersey.
Okay, New Jersey Beach. So
Yeah,
you're
I mean, I
at
guess-
NJ Beach.
Luxuriously, I wouldn't mind a tropical one, but nah, I'd rather go to Sea Isle.
All right. Do you like tropical beaches?
Haven't really been besides Jamaica, so
Okay.
I'm sure I would love them, but I'm not picky.
Our last guest was talking about Antigua. I think he said.
Oh,
Yeah,
fancy.
Very fancy.
Well, I mean,
we
he
saw how he
came
was
looking
dressed.
sharp,
Exactly.
so-
Yeah, no, we told him, I was like, you're too fancy for us.
Yeah, wait a minute. I wore pearls
You did. All right.
and diamonds.
Just don't clutch them, everyone. All right, so this is another one I think is pretty interesting. So you toured with Phish?
I did.
How long?
Like
You're a good swimmer?
Come on, Sean.
So after high school, before college, I think it was like 2 weeks, 10 shows. I went with my friend and two of his friends. wasn't even a Phish fan, just wanted to go do something. Ended up having a blast and stayed in hotels, camped, all different things. But about 2 weeks, or maybe it was a little longer than that.
Wow.
But yeah, about 10 shows. It was great. And one thing I never knew is like a lot of people do this.
Yeah.
So like all the shows we went to, I kept seeing the same people. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's like a traveling party.
It totally was. It was
100%.
great. Highly recommend it.
I have a few friends that traveled with Phish and Dead, and
Oh, I love the Grateful Dead.
One of my buddies said he would buy. He had a friend that worked at a beer distributor, and so he could get Yingling for really cheap. Yingling's a local beer. I guess it's like a national
It's
beer.
national.
No,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Florida.
but from
started
here.
off here in PA.
Right.
And so he would go get this Yingling for nothing because the guy was giving it like wholesale prices, and they would go. That's how they paid for, subsidized their traveling with the band. Was they would sell Yingling out of the back of the truck for like
Nice.
$2 or $3 a bottle, and they cost them nothing. So almost. So yeah. So Phish, and then but you're also a fan of Machine Gun Kelly.
Love him. Yes.
So that's very different music, right?
So I like all kinds of
Well,
music.
she's legally deaf. Oh, that's why none of it
We
matters.
haven't gotten to that part yet.
None of it matters. I
None of
can
it
hear
matters.
anything.
Laura.
Obviously, we don't care about what the music sounds like.
Exactly.
Just what they look like,
It looks
you know.
entertaining. Exactly.
Oh my god.
Probably like U2.
The Beatles.
Oh my god.
So Machine Gun Kelly. Matt and I were talking about this. I don't really know anything about him.
Oh my gosh. So last year when everyone was home watching TV a lot, I stumbled upon the show called Roadies. Never really saw it or anything. It's an old show.
You thought it was beers while you drive.
I was like, this is great. I'm like, let me watch this show. So I start watching it, and this guy's in it. I'm like, I love him. Who is he? Turned out it was Machine Gun Kelly. His real name's Colson. I forget his last name. So I started listening to his music, and then he got real popular with this other song, and I just totally like him a lot.
Oh.
He's kind of my theme song once in a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There was a show. Was it called Dirt, Matt? Is that the Motley Crue movie?
Yeah, I think it's
On
called
Oh,
Netflix?
yeah. I started that. I never got through it, but he's in that.
He's Tommy Lee.
Yeah, he's Tommy Lee, and
Yeah.
we were saying like I don't know who he is, but he apparently played that character, and it was
He's
my favorite
awesome.
part of the movie. Probably, I mean, I loved the whole
Yeah.
movie was good, but his character, did such a good job playing.
He's
that
awesome.
character. You guys should stop watching this show right now and go to Netflix
Go watch that.
and watch Dirt.
And Roadies. It's good.
I was gonna say maybe that's why we only have an average of. This is
Maybe
the first
keep
time
telling
we've done
people
that. Maybe we'll bring that average
He's not
down to like
good.
a minute and a half eventually. I just remembered something. I'm gonna write it down. I've never done this before during a show, but I'm writing something.
He's
on the
writing
show.
notes. Uh-oh. Watch this
I
guy.
know, getting professional here. We're gonna dig in deep with Laura. And I don't know if you noticed this, but I said, spell your last name.
So it's Wiater. So waiter, like in a
I was
restaurant,
gonna say. So you say waiter.
but it's spelled opposite.
You're like Brett Favre. You and Brett Favre.
Favre.
Oh, okay.
Or Meehan over here.
Wiater.
Wiater.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Elwad.
Oh, odd.
That's not
No, you're wood.
wood. Hey, wait a second. I'm married, Laura.
Sorry.
wife-
Excuse me.
Although I don't think my wife watches these. Do you, Rachel? Do you,
Rachel, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, she asked to watch it one time, and then she said, "This is horrible. Why are you doing this? This is really bad.
Oh my
you should
gosh.
be better at this." And I know she had some good criticism. It was good. Yeah, I like it. Really good. I like obviously all the fans that write in, or the people that write in. And I don't know if they're fans or not, but not my fans. They give us good criticism or harsh criticism, but we take it.
We're
you know.
growing.
Yeah, we're getting stronger. So Phish, Machine Gun Kelly,
Yes.
Rodney Dangerfield.
Love him.
Yeah, you want
Yes.
to party with him in the afterlife? Apparently,
Absolutely. So me and my friends have this one game. If you could party with anyone that was dead, who would it be? My answer is instantly him.
Well,
Or
you have to have an impersonation then if you like him so much. Let's see it. Come on. This
That's
wasn't
not-
part of the bio. It was
not part of
something
the Hey, how you doing, honey?
Yes.
Spot on. Rodney Dangerfield impression.
You gotta say,
my gosh.
dude, grab the neck and say, no respect.
What are you doing?
No respect. There's a
my
great
gosh.
story that Jim Carrey has about him that I don't remember right now, but you should go Google it.
Chris E's True Hollywood Story.
No, this was not. I mean, this was just
Ah.
something I heard Jim Carrey talking about with his experience with Rodney Dangerfield. It was really funny, and I was going to Google it before the show and talk about it because I saw that you liked Rodney
love
Dangerfield.
him, yes.
But I don't do any preparation on this show, and so
I mean, I really was preparing for this show.
good. Well, I'm glad you took it seriously.
I was a little nervous.
Yeah, no. But yeah,
There's
stop.
a tube that says preparation right there. Is that
Oh,
preparation?
that's a different kind of preparation.
Okay.
We're going to do a whole spin-off series about me preparing the H.
Okay.
Went real dark there all of a sudden.
Oh my goodness.
Jiminy Christmas. All right. So you also wanted to be a probation officer?
I did. So I went to school, went for criminal justice, totally thought that was going to be my calling, everything. In high school, I had a law class, loved it, was like, oh, this is what I want to do. In college, went for it, and we went on a field trip to like a juvenile jail or detention center.
Sure.
Instantly changed my mind.
Yeah.
In the car ride home, was like, nope, that's not what I'm going to be.
Scared
like,
straight.
Heck yeah. I was like, I'm not dealing with these bad kids for the rest of my life. Like, no way.
Yeah, it is.
So, a shame. I thought I could do some help, but no, definitely changed my mind.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to be a doctor, and then I saw like a movie about them cutting people open. I was like, oh, it's gross. I can't do that.
Human centipede?
What's that?
Human centipede?
Yes, that's the movie. That's the one.
Oh my God.
Turning off doctors across the land.
So on a more serious note, Laura, you like to volunteer and do fundraising.
Yes.
All right, so tell me about that.
So I worked at a retirement community for a really long time, and part of my job was to join and do outreach programs. So I joined the Jenkintown Rotary.
Yeah.
Great cause. It's all about what you can do for your neighborhood, just your local area. So you're really helping your community. From there, I got to help coach. I did part of the Abington Girls Lacrosse Club. So I actually coached as a volunteer for like 7 years. It was great. And I feel like I got a lot of kids involved. Even today, I try to get kids that I know, her son, enjoy to play lacrosse and try something different. So it was great. Anything I can do to help, I really enjoy.
Very cool.
Yeah.
My son played lacrosse for a little bit, and he's since kind of moved on to some other stuff. But I am like obsessed with lacrosse.
I love it. I always take it. Like it's always in the back of my car. Anywhere we go, if there's something to do, we always have it.
What I don't understand though is like the guys wear like a helmet and like a football helmet, right? And the girls run around with like these little like glasses. Exactly.
Yeah. Because girls, it's all skills. Men, it's all punching and fighting and throwing bows. And girls, it's all skills.
And then like even like to get technical in the lacrosse thing, the pocket. Like you guys don't have a pocket really.
Exactly.
So it's even harder. Right? Like the guys
you
have these like deep,
catch it. The guys just have to kind of throw the net out there in the general direction.
Yeah. You guys have to be really careful about like balls. It's like you guys are like running around with like a ping pong ball on a plate. You're like, or like there's a.
Oh my God!
You are thinking.
I was going to say something.
I'm glad you're able to censor yourself these days because it was the first few episodes. It was getting there was a couple times like, oh God, Sean just said something.
Sean.
Do girls still use the wooden like triangle?
So funny story. My first day going to coach, I'm all excited. I'm like, oh, I'm going to hang with the cool kids. I have the 7th and 8th grade girls. So I show up with my high school stick, which is wooden. Oh, no, everyone has like titanium, like metal,
composite,
fancy. Yeah. And I'm like, so I pull mine out. Well, they all were loving it because it's like retro or whatever. Yeah. So then the next day I went to the store and got caught up to all the new gear.
Modern technology.
Yes.
I remember Mom and Dad used to play with wooden tennis rackets. I can't believe I'm that old. I'm not that old, but I mean, my parents were that old, but wooden tennis rackets. So do you know like history of lacrosse, like all that kind of stuff?
Not really, just the rules and playing it, but not really. Yeah, I think it was like an Indian sport.
Yeah.
I'm like, that much I kind of know.
What
Native
American, sorry.
Native Americans, thank you. Man.
Monster.
Laura.
So I'm off the show. Sorry, I told you.
We're done. We're done now.
Canceled.
Parlor, how you doing? Back to call back to the other episode. Someday.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll go to commercial.
Sure.
And we'll come back and we're going to talk to Laura some more.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll be here. Maybe.
Right. We have a commercial. I wonder if this is going to be a commercial with me in it.
I hope so.
Yeah. Before we go to commercial, I have to say I like that Matt piped in about the lacrosse question because I feel like I forget a lot of stuff that you guys talk about on your phone call, and it's good that Matt can be like, "You forgot to ask this, you dummy," and then he'll ask it. So, and you could say that too if you want. Like,
get out of that chair. Give me your face, and I'll get in there.
I'll give you the tie, everything.
What's going on here?
So we'll be right back. Okay.
Sounds good.
Bye. Don't please come back. I mean, they've already chewed out.
They've already left.
We'll be right back.
Alfie, the L's are gone from our alphabet.
Must be Nasty McEvil. Let's get him. Post-alphabet cereal. Part of this nutritious breakfast. It's doggone good.
Now you can play with 2 new Alfie rescue scenes with alphabet stickers.
Nasty, silly me out.
One set of stickers in each specially marked box of post-alphabet cereal.
We are back, everybody. You didn't think we'd make it, but
we're here.
Yeah, we did it. We did it. We made it another segment. One more segment. It's like every segment. Like if people like, they're not crossing their fingers at all. They're like, please fucking stop this show. Please. Hopefully, Sean and Chris realize we don't care. We're not watching actually right now because Chris told us to go watch something else. Yes. But we're back with Laura, and we're going to talk to you about something I forgot to mention in the first segment that we're starting to do. We did this on the last episode. So
okay, I'm ready.
We have everyone has like various epochs in their life. Is the big word? It's not really a big word, but it's kind of a fancy word, maybe. Epoch. Is that
what's it short for?
Apocryphal. That's not true. Apocryphal. That's apocryphal.
I thought it was like chicken pox.
No,
when you first said it last episode.
It's supposed to it's another word for like ages.
Epoch.
Epic is different.
Epic.
Epoch.
Yeah.
It's like different like
now
ages, right? Throughout time.
Oh, like Oedipus and stuff like that,
nope,
right?
Nope. Not
Sean, we're gonna go this way.
So, like throughout your life, like things change drastically, like, especially over decades, right?
Yeah.
So we were asking guests to tell us kind of a little story about when they were 10, when they were 20, and when they were 30 years old. So I think Matt probably gave you a heads up on this. So do you have like a funny story or an interesting story to talk about when you were 10 years old?
Definitely.
Okay.
So 10 years old, I grew up going to day camp. We all went every day. Your kid should go. Yeah. And yours on yours. And so 10 years old, I was like trying to think what sticks out of my mind. And I vividly remember being in day camp and we had ponies there. It was on a farm. And we had ponies.
Small beers?
I wish. No, we
That's why she's telling everyone.
I know Laura. It's usually small beers are involved.
Your kids.
You mean actual horses?
Your kids can all go. No, actual animals. And we did pony rides and things. And me and my friends, we were in our bunk group and we were waiting to do the pony rides. And I was like, oh my gosh, we were 9 years old and we're like, we're going to be double digits. And we were all talking about it. So my birthday's in September. So I always ended up having my camp friends for my birthday party because it was before school started. So we were all talking about like turning double digits and what kind of party we were going to do. And I think if I'm correct, I have to check with my mom. I had a mini golf sleepover party and it was pretty cool.
A mini golf? Oh, like a mini.
Like we all went and played mini golf and had a sleepover.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I vividly remember us talking like we're going to be double digits.
I remember like being excited about the 2 digits.
I did that for my 30th.
I'm finally going to be double digits. No, Matt, you've been double digits for a long
Or did you do mini golf and ponies?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
So that's funny. I remember that same thing. So not yours being double digits, but me being. Again, it's all about me here.
Sorry.
So when you were 20 years old, what happened?
So 20, I was trying to think, and one thing that really sticks out in my mind is not really about me, but who I met. So I started working at my job that I was at for a very long time, Rydell Park. I was very young, and I met this lady, Henny. Her daughter's actually in the audience today. And yay! And Henny actually became a very big part of my life and almost my family. So it's one thing that's amazing. I was probably... What?
Susie just said almost?
What did they say? Almost?
They're just... We're witnessing the breakup of long-term friendship. This is becoming like the Jerry Springer show or Maury Povich or something.
Sorry, family.
Throw the chair.
They invite
Throw the chair, Susie. Throw it. Break the set.
So her family really took me and my mom and my family in. We do holidays together. So I used to really just be friends with just Henny, the mom, and then all of her kids I hung out with and party with, and now Susie's one of my best friends and family. Yeah, so that's a very big part of my 20s that I remember.
Awesome. So you used to always talk about Henny, and I thought you were talking about Hennessy. Like when we were hanging out. And again, with the pony bottles and the Hennessy, anytime
people are going to think there's not water in
That's
here.
what I'm saying. Like, so all these people, all these stories now make sense. When you used to tell me
not
always about booze.
Sean thinks it's always about the booze.
Always about booze. Crazy.
There's always about booze. All right, so now we're transitioning to 10 years. We're like, imagine, 10 years later, we're like, the time machine. Now we're in your 30s.
Oh, man. So not to be dramatic or serious, but the main thing in my 30s was I actually had cancer. And I survived, obviously. I'm here today with you guys and got through it. And it was a big part of my life. I don't really talk about it. I don't really share it much. People that know me well know about it. But yeah, that was my 30s, I was 32, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that either.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like you
Sean-
said, you don't.
I did know.
Sean knew.
Oh,
I think you were at Rydell during that time, right? Or no?
No, that was pre my time at
Okay,
Rydell, but
yeah.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I can imagine that being pretty
it was-
life-changing.
It was, and I had awesome doctors. I had awesome support, awesome everything. And I think really like just mind over matter, like you're going to be fine, you're going to get through this. And that's kind of how I am with everything. Like, you'll be fine, let's go.
Yeah. Well, it was one of the reasons I wanted to have you on the show because I talked about it before, and I was like, hey, should we have Laura on the show? But you're such a positive person. Like,
You know, I was thinking about that this morning, and I was like, it's so much easier to be happy and positive than to be negative all the time. Like, it's just much easier, and it's much more enjoyable. I
don't
think
know.
So, I mean, I used to have a lot of rage, but I've let most of it go.
Sean found it.
Like, yeah, it's all here.
So push it down.
Just in
push
that
it
belly,
down.
yeah.
Oh my
The whole
god.
thing of like it's like the muscles involved in smiling is
Yeah.
It's much less than frowning.
frowning.
It
Exactly.
is.
We've all
Come
learned
on,
that.
Sean. Come on.
There it is. He's such a handsome smile too.
I know.
You smile more. Trying to make Sean more uncomfortable.
He's like,
Smashingly handsome fellow.
Yes.
So we did 10:30s and 10:20s and 30s, and I asked our last guest that we tried this out on. You're the second person we're trying this out on.
Okay.
Hopefully you'll come back in 30 years.
Oh,
and then we'll
all right, I'm in
we'll
it.
go through 40s, 50s, and 60s.
sounds good.
Okay. All right. Good. All right.
So I'm not in the 40s yet, people.
No, yeah, no, I'm saying like we're gonna grow into that.
Yes.
Yeah. So I figure the first 30 years of our lives are there's,
Yeah, it's pretty
there's some
important.
dramatic stuff that happens. The very dramatic changes, I should say. So
I mean, I look exactly the same.
yeah. Still 6'7" and
240.
240 pounds. So you were like
Oh
the
my
Will Ferrell
gosh.
sketch. I always reference all this old shit. The Will Ferrell
Love him.
SNL sketch where he came out born like full size with a mustache. You ever see that one?
Oh, it's like Elf, right?
I was just gonna say, is it Elf?
There's a sketch where he comes out and they're like, push, push, push. And he like comes in the camera. He's got a mustache. He's like, whoa, mama. And he's like covered in like slime. He's like, whoa, that was a little hot and steamy in there. And he's like, and then like Horatio Sands comes in like a peer. And he's like, are you ready to go? He's like, yeah, it's got to get cut loose here real quick. And there's a cigarette he's smoking.
All right, go Google that,
Great.
people.
Go watch the Will Ferrell being born. That was
awesome.
sketch. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe that's what this show should be. Just we'll all like talk
you
about
what
like
to
our
watch.
favorite
Well,
things.
exactly.
Who we think
Don't
are
watch
funny.
us. Go watch this.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Laura, it was awesome having you on the show. Is there, before we let you go, is there anything that you wanted to talk about that was important to you? That we
I
should
mean,
talk
besides
about?
my diary, that's going to be a future episode.
Dude, yes! Thank you for bringing that up. We were talking about before the show. So Laura has a diary that she stumbled upon years later. 5 books of diaries.
5 books of diaries,
Yeah.
all about my college boyfriend, and probably other things in my life. But, if you're ever bored, need a good laugh or anything like that.
Where it's either going to be a segment for sure on the show. Or
Well, we'll
just
put the
gonna cruise
PDF
whole
on
new show.
on
Yes.
the YouTube for
The link to read.
reconception.
Are we going to redact anything? Like
I
a
think we
black
should.
Sharpie?
I mean, you need a dramatic voice.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
lots of
Yeah, we do that
stars,
too.
hearts, exclamation points.
That's great. Yeah, we'll do that whole like superimposed thing where like you see the paper as you're reading it like over the screen,
We
know?
need that because I'm very, yes, it's purple, it's glitter pens, it's everything.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yes.
It's gonna be so much better than this show. this is gonna kill
saying
the show.
much.
Oh, that's true. That's not saying much. But your show's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Thank you.
Our show sucks. That was more of his point. Is our show sucks?
Yes.
And your show
Well,
is
there's
gonna be great.
cookies.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have cookies. Oh yeah, Sean got cookies for everyone today. Very nice, Sean.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's with your money.
With my money. Well, I mean, we're in this together. We're all in this together.
No politics.
No politics. Sorry.
Oh gosh, no.
All right. We're going to get going. We had Laura here today. She's going to come back probably. We're going to have a segment with her diary thing. And Laura's awesome. And we hope that you will come back after this commercial break. Bye-bye.
Peter, do we ever cover steak with ketchup? Hamburger is steak, chopped steak, so we use...
A1 steak sauce.
It makes hamburgers taste like...
Steak burgers.
Don't cover it. Discover it with A1.
We're back with the Somebody Show. Sean and Chris. Archie's going to love this.
Yeah,
So he's really going to like these. Like I can't wait to talk to him about it after he watches
serious
these.
you are.
Yeah. Laura was awesome, right?
Yeah, that went well.
Yeah, I mean, she's not the best. I said she was going to be the best.
Yeah,
I
we
said
all
she was the best guest ever, but
Yeah,
like, not.
it's always
like,
a lie.
She's sitting over there, obviously. She was awesome. she looked great, like great stories, just very engaging and bubbly. That's why I described Laura as bubbly, right? Bubbly. Don't you think you're bubbly, Laura?
I do.
You're a bubbly person. Yeah. So Sean, I always skip over this. You have an ad.
Oh, we have a sponsor.
We did commercials, but we have our on-air reads that we do. So Sean's got an ad.
So Laura's segment was brought to you by DeWalt.
The tool company?
No, man, let me finish reading.
Oh. Right.
No, DeWalt Jenkins. He just updated his resume. And if you're looking to hire, just check out his LinkedIn. So that's DeWalt Jenkins.
DeWalt Jenkins. Thanks, DeWalt Jenkins. Not the tool company. All right. Thanks, Sean. All right. So I remembered the story. That's great. That was a good one. High five. I guess we know Sean won this episode. That's a surprise. Fuck. That was well done. Well, you're crying. Like you're
I had no idea where that was going. That was hilarious.
I'm really not needed here. I'm really not. That was awesome.
I could probably cry on camera.
There we go. We'll edit this into Joanna's episode. It'll be like a redo of Joanna's episode. That's great. That's awesome. I love it. So again, because I like to bring it all back to me, so that you're not the center of attention. Like, because the internet already loves you. I remembered about we were talking about How High earlier, and Method Man and Red Man, and I didn't answer that part of it. Laura reminded me. I did not. I don't still hang out or know Method Man and Red Man. Sorry, everybody.
Right.
But I was thinking about when COVID hit and everyone was like, all these celebrities are doing their stuff. Like, you're still laughing at the DeWalt joke. I remembered. It's gonna fall so flat now because it's not gonna match the DeWalt joke thing. But I wanted to do a thing on the internet called Bart on the Pot. Bart on the Pot, right? Because my character's name was Bart Fart. And I was gonna do Bart on the Pot, and because Bart in the movie gets high for the first time. But my thing is, I was not going to be high. I was going to be pooping. I was going to be sitting on a toilet. It was going to be Bart on the pot, doing like my camera. I'm like, this is Bart fart. I'm stoned out of my mind, but I'm not. And so Bart on the pot. That was going to be my thing. But then I realized I don't own the character Bart.
Do you not?
No,
like you couldn't.
Like Universal Studios would like.
So you couldn't do with
I don't think so. I think Universal would be doing like a cease and desist. Like, you don't own that character, you can't make money on that. Because it was obviously going to make money. Like, I was going to do that. That was going to be a big thing. Bart on the Pot.
Yeah. Well, you can do the cameo.
I mean, it's no DeWalt.
You couldn't. You couldn't do the cameo as Bart Fart, I guess, is what you're saying. Like, if
I could in How High 2.
No, but I'm saying, like, if you couldn't make money off the character because you couldn't do if you were on Cameo, that app where you can you couldn't be.
I can't say. I could say, like, this is Chrisella Bart Fart from How High, but I can't be like, this is Bart Fart.
Right.
Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, I can't. I don't think so. Nope. I don't know. I'm not willing to try.
I don't think anybody would buy it anyways. I don't think.
So we're gonna finish up the show, but real quick, we're gonna do a. This has been sitting on the desk for the past few episodes. This is actually a book of poetry that I wrote. I'm very proud to admit, and it was really bad poetry, and so we're going to read some poetry.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to read it. Sean's not going to read it. Matt's going to read it for us. So Matt, why don't you? I think Matt has bookmarked a selection that he likes a lot. Here, there you go, sir. And let's listen to Matt read my poetry.
I like it.
Sit back, everyone. Maybe light a candle. Something.
People always ask me, how do you get to look so good? I just say many punches to the face.
That's really in there?
Wow.
That's a real one? You just make that up?
I didn't make that up.
Now, do you remember writing that?
I don't remember writing that. And it's
so your best guess, like, where in your life, like, so this book...
mid-20s.
Mid-20s.
Yeah, mid to late 20s, yeah. I was obsessed with Jim Morrison at the time, as you can tell.
Right.
And he wrote poetry, and so I was like, I'm going to write poetry too.
Right.
And the name of that book was scribbled or painted on the front of his blue shoe words, because they were at the house I was living at the time had some blue shoes hanging from a wire, which I've since found out I think that's like a drug thing. Like, it's like a drug, so like uses where you buy drugs.
The first band I was in 9th grade with my best friend, the name of our band was Fat Kid with One Blue Shoe. So
look at that. We're meant to be.
Look at us.
Meant to be. And speaking of which, we talk to Matt every now and then off camera.
We do.
And this is the Somebody Show, and Matt is clearly a somebody. And he'll be sitting on the couch someday, hopefully.
Right.
But let's talk to Matt real quick. Let's figure out who Matt is. Matt, I'm going to guess your weight and height. 3'2", 4 pounds.
Spot on.
RJ's gonna love that.
And that's
That's our show, everybody. We'll see you next time.